Nebraska volleyball is ramping up ahead of the 2026 season, and the libero competition is still very much in limbo. The Huskers have three talented options, with senior Lainey Choboy and Bennington native Olivia Mauk leading the charge. They split matches playing the role last year, and each brings a different look to how Danny Busboom Kelly wants the program to play.
Last year was kind of my year to build back the confidence that I used to have or that I once had, and I think that this year is kind of my year to just let loose and play free.
Lainey and Liv are two of the best in the country, and just like last year, it hasn't changed much. They are very good at different skills, but both super, super talented.
We've played with each other for 3 years now, so we're all competing for that spot, and I think we're each other's biggest cheerleaders too.